Yeah, we can do that. Give me like 10, maybe 15 minutes. I gotta make a video. Yeah, we'll get together. All right, I got my coffee inside. All right, gotta do this. Hey everybody. We need to have a talk about Onyx coin, XCN, and a bunch of DeFi projects. I'm about to piss a lot of people off. And then I'm gonna teach a lot of people a lot of things. And then I'm going to probably awaken something in a lot of people's minds and show you how to make a lot of money, okay? So let's do this right. I'm gonna show you something from XCN, Onyx, Onyx DAO, and chain.com, all right? And there's not a lot to show you. It's nothing, right? They haven't answered me. Chain's not gonna give me an interview. Of course not. Even though I made the request prior to what happened with Justin's son and all that mix up. But I read a lot of your comments. Actually, I read all of them from both videos. And I'm going to teach you something from your own comments. And you're going to make a lot of money. Type 1 if you want to make a lot of money. This is the last thing that Onyx DAO said. They're watching my video yesterday. All right. And anybody from Chain or Onyx, I'd stick around and watch the whole video because you're going to learn a lot. So let's start with what happened the other day. So a while back, around December 20th or 21st, I put a message out to my newsletter writers, or sorry, newsletter subscribers. If you want, it's free to join. It's like twice a week. All it is information on how to make money, what's going on in the world economy, and links to my videos. I don't sell your information. It is just a way to get you special information I can't share here. And if YouTube doesn't share the videos, I put my links in there, right? So you can go to them. Now, I put out some information to say, hey, I'm taking a position in a certain project. Back then it was like, I first purchased it at 1/4 penny. Then I waited for it to come down like 10%. And I told my newsletter and I said, hey, you're going to get it cheaper than me. Then I waited an additional 3 days and I bought up a ton. Okay. I do that because I don't want to sway markets, and I didn't want to sway this one. I wanted to give you incredible opportunity, and 14,000 of you went and bought that coin. Now you're at right now, what is it? You've made 10 times or more than 10 times your money if you're still holding it. Oh, and for little disclosure, my current position in Onyx is not changing, even though we've hit a double top. I think you're going to see more volatility next week and probably really good news coming out of Chain. I don't have material evidence of this, but they're on a rampage of good news, right? This is the time they're releasing it, showing a use case, all this kind of stuff. All right. So there are some other projects I'm going to show you. But I got to go very carefully because with me, and some people would say this is rich people problems. And I said when I started the channel, hey, I have a past with making money, right? Money is my report card. That shows how I'm doing in school. The more you learn and you apply your knowledge, your report card when it comes to finance is money. Okay. And so I've been going to school a lot. It's the school of hard knocks. I barely made it through high school, failed out of high school, and couldn't make it through junior college. Okay. Failed that too. I was a firefighter, knucklehead, but I loved my job and I always had small businesses, and I took that money and I put it into things. Before I started the YouTube channel, I was selling everything I owned, including one of my homes, and I bought Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some other projects that went 100, some, no joke, 1,000 times their value. I want you to understand the first rule of what I'm about to explain with Onyx is wealth is silent, riches are loud. When it comes to DeFi, yesterday what happened with Justin's son, with him bashing, straight up bashing, calling Onyx and Chain liars or thieves, trying to manipulate the market, was wrong, and it dropped the price. I woke up at 3 a.m. My job is to report to you the news. And I had a lot of people screaming at me on Telegram and stuff like, you're spreading FUD. No, that person's a moron saying that. I'm just spreading the news. This is really happening. A guy that is notorious for doing this kind of stuff and has 1.5 million followers, which should bring a certain level of responsibility, but it doesn't with people like them, right? This guy's worth like hundreds of millions of dollars. He wants to use people to push his agenda rather than teach them and help them. He wants to use them. That's just, let's call a spade a spade. Type yes if you agree with that. Type no if you disagree with that. So I came out and said, look, the fundamental of what's happening right here, investment fundamental, is that you've got a guy with a massive media presence that's using it to wield a big knife or a big sword. And whether he uses that to attack is one thing, but he tagged the SEC, tagged the feds, and tagged all these exchanges. So the price goes down. By the end of the day, I do a video and Onyx is like, hey, can you please redo your video? And you saw me during that video cross my arms, right? And I had one of those looks, and I saw people commenting going, oh, we see your true nature coming out right now. I'm like, no, you're an idiot. This is my true nature. Halfway through that day, I went, oh, I see what this is, a planned event, because now all of a sudden there's a vote for Justin Sun and is it HTX to become owners in this project and stake it for 2 years. Well, that changes everything now, because now he's going to go from hating on a project to loving it. How do you like that? Well, a lot of people I saw all over the internet talking about diamond hands, right? You got to hold, you got to hold. Well, I want you to understand this. That name, that phrase, that term was created by money managers. So that poor, stupid people, and I hope this offends some people because I want you to get really smart and I want you to make a lot of money, because I own a financial education company and my report card is if you get rich. Because if you get rich, guess what? This is how the real world works. You'll come back and buy another product. How do you like that sales pitch? It's called the truth. So if I put out a really good product, people make money and live a better life, I get to sell another product because I'm going to take them to the next level. That's the truth, right? But you see people that just want to use people, and money managers have used that term diamond hands. They come out with all these Wall Street bets memes and stuff, and diamond hands. It's because they want to sell you a bag of crap and let you hold on to it. They're producing liquidity pools, and the pool is created by you. Okay, this is a real thing. Now, I've told people that they'll believe that I was rich because of YouTube. All right, whatever. I could give a rip. The truth is, in 2017, when I was buying as much XRP, as much Bitcoin and Ethereum as I could, please understand that when you sell a house and you buy something that was once $50, now it's $3,200, or you buy something that was 2 cents and it's now $3, you get rich, okay? And I'm not a diamond hands guy. The second the fundamentals are gone, we could trade in and out of technical analysis and do short-term trades, swing trades, all that stuff. I teach that. But I also teach fundamentals, because fundamentals, think of technical analysis on stocks as taking a very small picture of time, right? Thank you, Rubber Chicken Man. He's made thousands because of my accelerator course. Guys, I'm going to put a link to that. If you're afraid to buy Bitcoin, because it is scary, it is. There's a lot of thieves out there. There's a lot of thieves in the comment section that will try and pretend they're me and steal your money or get you onto some project that's it's vaporware, right? Go look at the course. It's for sale down there. I'll put a link, sale link down there. So my point being is that we're sitting in a time when you look at technical analysis, it's a small time window. Either it's a swing trade, you're looking at a 1 hour, 15 minute, all that stuff, which you're comparing the fundamentals, which is not technical analysis, it's volume, right? Or a story coming out, or a change in the weather when it comes to how people view a specific investment or not, right? Well, this Onyx project, you saw it flip-flop, and you're like, well, was somebody bribed, or was this planned all along, right? The truth is, when I reported it at 3 a.m., I said, look, guys, I'm pulling half my stuff, right? Pulling half my money. And then by the half the day, I go, oh, I know what's going on. So I come in here and I go, look, you may not agree with it. This is business. And the XCN team, they know that if they can attract some big names like Justin Sun and all of a sudden and convince them, hey, we'll give you a great deal. I bet you he's going to pay for it. He's not going to be giving it to him. And if it's true decentralization, they will expose the contract, the Ethereum address where him and HTX deposits funds. So you know how much they bought. Yeah, that's out in the open, right? How much they bought the XCN tokens for, and then they lock them up. But the thing is your vote, it's very similar to a stock. You know, I've got lots of stocks that I've purchased over the counter or through subscription agreements or private placements. And my voice is only as loud as my small little bit. Well, when I start a company and before it goes public, I make sure that I still, not in me alone, but myself, C-suite execs, and the board of directors hold over 50% of the stocks. Why? Because when we go put something to a vote, gosh darn it, we still want to be in control. But it seems decentralized because you don't have one person like the CEO or one board member owning 51% of the stock. That's exactly what's going on with XCN. You see people scream and yell about how awesome DeFi is, but look, this is still at the end of the day a business. And right now it's going to a vote. You've got like 30 hours left. And regardless if you own crypto or not, if you own crypto, do me a favor, just type crypto. If you do not, just type no crypto. And if you don't own any crypto, these fundamentals I'm going to talk about to you right now, you're going to learn how to make more money in stocks. I mean, I've had those conversations and arguments with large funds like Sprott Money Management and stuff where they're mad because I want just 1/10 of what they're coming in with, and billionaires that are arguing with me, and I just want to come in with the exact same amount on a private placement. And they're like, no, we're only giving you, let's say 30 grand. I'm like, well, how much are you guys buying? Well, $500,000. I'm like, oh, I want to buy that much. And they would tell me over and over, well, you don't have that much money. I said, with all due respect, you ain't that bright. I have these conversations. That's why there's some billionaires out there just angry at me and some money managers, because I said, you ain't that bright because you spent all this time talking about you and this project. You don't ask me any questions. And if I tell you I want them $500,000 worth, I want $500,000 worth. And they don't do that. So I took my penance and I said, we're never doing business again. The stock still did a 20x. That's exciting, right? Well, we're now in a new realm, and this is where I love talking about this because they're watching the videos, because I'm going to show you guys how to make a lot more than 20 times your money. But it has to be done in a specific way to where we're very quiet. We're stealthy in our purchases. We don't rock the boat. We don't shove. There has to be enough liquidity in a project, because if there isn't, I've got to slowly roll it out to you guys to where, hey, buy a little bit, don't rock the boat, because what good is me talking about my next move if all of a sudden, no joke, 500,000 people go out and buy it in one day, the price skyrockets, and then everyone gets screwed because some short sellers go and short it all the way down. This is how it is. Patrick, I'm not going to Vail. I won't be in Vail in the next 2 weeks. I'll be near Tahoe in 2 weeks skiing. Sorry, man. But I'd love to go to Vail, but man, it's just too dang expensive. So my point being is that with XCN, you've got this vote. And the truth, a fact, a fundamental is that if Justin Sun and HTX now start not only stake it and lock it up and take 1 billion coins off the market for 2 years, that's excellent news, right? It's got to go somewhere. But by bashing it and destroying it first to cause a price to go down, and then all of a sudden you love it, well, that shows everybody, where your headspace is at. And that's not good for anybody. Am I going to be in this coin forever? Heck no. I'm going to sell at a certain point, take lots of money off the table, and then I'm going to go put it into the next big thing. And the next big thing, it's hidden. There's a couple of them right now, and I know exactly what these teams are doing. I know some of the companies they're working with, and I'm telling you what, they do things in stealth, in quiet. That's why when I told my newsletter subs, I did a video with Andrew, and I said, look, one of the fundamentals is how quiet this team's being, because there's something legit here, and they don't want it getting out until the right time. And then I didn't do a single video until Chain started popping off with all this amazing news. And this is real stuff. This is a massive company that's now brought amazing use case to a token. How long is it going to last? Who knows? But I'll tell you what, if you're that diamond hands person, you're the person that's always going to lose. Guys, do me a favor. If you agree with that, just say, heck yeah, right now. If you agree with that, if you're that person that goes, diamond hands, it's fallen. I'm like, why wouldn't you have taken money off the top right now like I did the other day? And we had people that woke up at 6 a.m., watched me telling the truth, not FUD, the truth. You got a massive guy out there that's known for bullying other projects and threatening things, and they in the middle of multiple lawsuits for this kind of stuff, and he's doing it again. I'm like, hey, you better watch. He's going to have an effect. I'm pulling half my money off the table, only later that day to go, I'll rebuy, because now I know what they're doing. Right? So these diamond hands, you didn't make any money yesterday. You didn't trade the technicals yesterday based off of the fundamentals. A fundamental. Somebody's trash talking and he's got a big stick. The big stick is 1.4 million followers. And there are a lot of stupid people that just listen to anything anyone says. And I didn't sell because I thought Chain or Onyx was doing something dirty. I sold because I knew that army of trolls on X were going to go and short or put downward pressure by selling that coin. So I made money. This is the truth. Now, the other day, somebody on YouTube made a video about me. And trust me, it does not affect me at all. If you find this video, go read the comments. And this person was like super angry that they didn't see the newsletter and got into Onyx coin. And the person was telling me how poor they were. And if they would have only seen that newsletter, and they scoured the newsletter, and I only put it out 3 days. That's all I did, because I didn't want too much buying pressure. And I was watching the unlisted video go up in views, and I knew exactly how many this coin could take before it starts taking off. And we cut it off. We shut the video down. And this person's whining because he's poor And he doesn't realize he's poor because himself. He goes, hey, I bought like 3 courses from you, and there's no way to return the courses. I start typing. I'm like, oh yeah, just email this email, and Dylan will refund you your money. And halfway through my text, he goes, and then I finally figured out where the contact you button is, and I was finally able to get your, my money back from one of your courses. And he was upset because he bought 3 of my courses. He doesn't have the time to read them, even though there's no time limit on it, right? So that's his fault. But then he just admitted that, and the whole thing was that, why aren't you sticking with your word of giving people money back? And within 2 minutes of the video, he's explaining how he got a return. Like, there was no questions asked. Oh yeah, you want your money back? Here you go. You're out of the course, no problem. You don't get to watch it, but yeah, I stand true to my word. I'm honest. And so then you just go read the comments from people, and people are like, are you serious? Like, what just came out of your mouth? Like, you literally just told him he doesn't give you a return, and then you say he returned your money. And you're just mad because you couldn't figure out how to contact support. It's right there. If you need support, here's the email. Oh, and just so you guys know, I don't own Teachable. I don't know if people know that, because just so you guys know, I don't own Teachable, so I don't control their software. But anyway, so my point being is that the people just want to blame other people, and think about it. This guy's like, I'm poor, and if I would have seen that coin, I would have had 5 or 7 times more money. Well, guess what? What would have happened when I did that video? I said, hey, don't put a lot of money in. I'm only putting in 1% of my worth. Now, some people know what 1% is, and they freak out and they go, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're putting that much money in. I'm like, what part of 1% don't you get? This is the truth. The guys at the fire station, they can't stand me. They had to hear me talk like this straightforward. And I'm like, hey, daddy don't spank. I get it. Your chief doesn't know how to write a good policy and punish you. I'm just telling you the truth. If you want to be successful, I can teach you how to be successful on the fire ground. I can teach you how to be successful outside this world. Then all they do is they watch me win. Now think about this. I really want you guys to understand this, because I get all kinds of things wrong. And what if Onyx didn't move the way I thought it was going to? I've done that personally. I've bought stuff and went all in back in, like, gosh, my mid to early 30s. I was doing that and I was losing. I lost like 3 big chunks of money, and it took me a long time. I put like 60 grand into one stock, lost it. Put 100 grand into one stock, and I lost it. And my wife was super mad at me, but then I looked at her and I said, yeah, but I made the 100 grand. This didn't come from a paycheck. I flipped a bunch of trailers. I flipped some tractors. I sold a bunch of palm trees. I worked 7 days a week. Still go on vacations and stuff, and I still have the evenings free, but why would I sit back and play video games or watch TV when I can be making money? I don't know if you know this. Making money is really fun. It's just a product of your success. That's all it is. Money is just a tool. I don't have a love for money. I like making money, because then tomorrow, if I'm like, hey, I want to go to eat. Well, let's go over that restaurant. That's too expensive. No, I got the money for it. Or, hey, I want to go on that trip, maybe to Vail. I should be going to Beaver Creek. But anyway, my point being is that, I got the money. And here's the thing. My report card is you. It is. Look, and this is not toot my own horn. Guys, can you do me a favor? If in the last 3 years you've been watching my channel and you have increased your wealth by doing these weird things, these wacky things, say he's talking about me. And the reason why I say that is because I want to get all of you guys super rich. I'm not joking about $1 million people making $1 million. I know 2 personally that are about to cross the $1 million mark since they started listening to me. And it's going to happen like in probably 4 to 5 weeks. We're going to fly down to Cancun and celebrate. And we're going to just go and probably video interview them and talk about this, right? My son finally listened to me the other day, and he turned $400 into $3,000 in 2 weeks. And I said, AJ, you're about to make one more shift. We're going to take 1,000 of that. We're going to put it into something that's going to go up 100 times its value in the next year and a half. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what I told him. And my son will do a video in front of a condominium that he purchased cash right out of college, because he graduates like in a year. The guy's going to go be a fighter pilot. And he'll probably be teaching a Top Gun, because that's sort of his personality. But my point being is that, and I can teach staking, and that's something I'm about to announce. So the moves that I'm about to make and tell you guys about, you need to have a lot of knowledge behind you, because we're going to go deep into DeFi. So we are actually working on that right now, because there's not any really good instruction on the internet on DeFi, and some really cool things, because there's a lot of people losing a lot of money using MetaMask because of phishing scams and stuff. There's a way of attaching your Trezor or a device encryption device so that nobody can sell or make a move on your wallet unless they have the encryption device. So I'll teach you guys that and stuff, but that's going to take some time for us to roll out. But we are going to make a move really quick. Dylan's already working on some lessons right now to teach you guys that, because you'll have to wait for the course. Look, here's the thing. I'm about to make my next move. My next purchase comes hopefully today, because as everyone got excited, I told everyone it's going to crash, and it is coming back down to earth, and we're going to make our purchase, and we're going to let you guys know. But I'm going to let you know in full transparency, because I like the truth. I like honesty, because that's how I make money. If you're honest, you'll get screwed over a handful of times by friends and family and or people that you don't even know, by thieves that would be dishonest, but they only make a little bit. When you're honest, what happens is you attract, did you guys know this? Type yes or no if you agree. You attract like-minded people. Do you agree with that? So if you're a good person when you're poor and you're honest, you're going to be a great person when you're rich. But you're going to attract lifelong friends. My dad says you can only count the amount of friends you're going to have in a lifetime. True friends on one hand. And I've been through numerous cycles where I have friends that have gotten jealous or gotten greedy and things like that, and they go away. And it's painful, right? But what I want to do is I want to attract a lot more than just 5. So I've got to be honest. So when we do this next coin rollout, I'm going to buy it. We're going to wait for it to go down. I'm going to disclose exactly what I bought it. And so you can buy it cheaper. Unless I think it's not going to go cheaper, but I'm going to be fully transparent, because someday, and it's already happened where authorities come after me and they go, hey, you can't do what you're doing. I'm like, cool, tell me what I'm doing. I was drinking coffee. And they're like, well, you're doing this. No, I'm not. Prove it. And they're like, oh. And then they find out, they're like, whoa, wait a minute. And I just had literally someone from the Canadian group go, so wait a minute, you actually disclosed everything. I showed them everything. Like, wow. And I'm like, I know, it's weird being around someone that's honest. I'm going to keep crushing it. Follow the channel. That's the truth. There's a lot of power behind this channel because there's a lot of smart people that follow this. You are very intelligent if you made it this far. 22 minutes with some schmo in the back of a truck, or actually it's a police car. It's a police cruiser. You know, watching him rant, if you learn something out of this and it makes sense, say I just learned something. And I want you to take that learning and we're going to go little by little. There's a project that is made in America that will not be allowed to be on that list because governments are very scared of it. I'm going to talk to you about it in 2 months. I'm going to reveal it a very hidden way in a month from now. I believe it's something that 20 years from now or 10 years from now, when the world is collapsing economically and governments are trying to control us, because that's coming back. This is the perfect time to reveal this, but I have to reveal it very carefully. You're going to be very happy you have a little bit of it, like $50 worth right now or $100 worth. I'm going to teach you guys that, but we have to do it quietly. So just be prepared for when that announcement comes out. And I'm going to be speaking very cryptically when I announce it. I'm not afraid of people that would want to do harm or hurt us. There are governments that want to hurt us because governments are like a self-fulfilling machine and they're getting more and more powerful. A lot of people don't realize the next 4 years are going to be excellent. There's going to be a lot of victory. It's going to be some scary stuff too. But after that next 4 years, I'm going to tell you this straightforward. There is a totalitarian government focused around money that is going to destroy humanity. I'm not joking around. That's not fear. That's not doom and gloom. That's the end of the Bible kind of stuff. We're going to prepare for that. I'm going to leave you with this. A wise man sees trouble ahead and moves to avoid it. Just, you're on the railroad tracks. You're trying to warn your friend about something that's coming. And all of a sudden you hear a whistle in the distance. You hear it. You don't see anything. You just hear a, That's all you hear. And you're trying to convince your friend, dude, this isn't the place to stand. We just got to be off to the side. You're in the wrong lane right now. And the friend's like, what? And he looks behind him. There's nothing behind me. And then all of a sudden you see a light, a little light in the distance. You hear it again. And you're telling your friend or your family, look, you got to get off the tracks. They're like, look, I'm not even going to look around now. I think you're nuts. I already looked once. I don't need to look twice. See, that's vigilance. When you're always head on a swivel. In the fire service, that's what we taught our guys. Fight fire aggressively, but provide for safety first. You always have a safe path. Then you see the train coming and it's getting louder. to the point now where your friend doesn't even want to listen to you because they think you're nuts. Like when I was telling everyone 3.5 years ago, Bitcoin was like 2,300 bucks, 3,000 bucks. I said, you know what? Everyone should go out and buy one Bitcoin. Just one. Just all you got to do is buy one. I bought a bunch. This is a product of patience and understanding the fundamentals. But their friend is still going, you're crazy. I'm not even going to listen to you. This is what you saw the last 4 years. Crazy people around the world the last 4 years, right? And you're going to see this. Like, watch this. Type Trump if you voted for Trump and you're happy right now. Just do that. If you voted for Kamala, don't even type it. Just leave the channel. Just unsubscribe. I'm not joking. But my point being is that you see, hey, Johnny, how you doing? Johnny Bravo's here, an incredible friend of mine. He's one of those that are in the 5. You want to know why? Johnny needs nothing from me. He's never asked anything from me. He's only wanted to help. That's a true friend, right? That's a true friend. When your friend is telling you they're not even going to look back, all you're seeing is the train, and now you know the timing. You see the speed of the train, how fast it's approaching, how strong it is, how big it is, how powerful it is, and all you do is, at a certain point, you step aside, and your friend gets clobbered. You know, that's about to happen in the next 10 years financially. There's going to be little wars that take down your friends. They're going to go bankrupt. They're going to lose their credit score. They're going to miss out. You're not going to miss out. If you're winning right now, or you want to win in the future, just hashtag winning right now. I want you to feel these little wins. And we're about to move into something on this channel that is extremely not dark, but hidden, a hidden secret of money that I'm going to expose. But I'm only going to expose it to the right people. The people that have taken a risk on me, they bought a course, they watched all the videos, they waited till the end of these nuggets, they have become blessed. I've met you all over the world every day almost, to the point now where I can't even, see repairmen, hot sauce, because it happens. But my point being is that you're going to be blessed, and we're going to go very dark, and I'm going to teach you something of a fundamental of wealth creation by how to identify the next big thing. And I found a couple right now that I'm going, oh, over the next year, people are going to learn how to see what 100x feels like. And it's going to be exciting. But we have to do it very calmly, very patiently, very methodically, because I will teach you how it rocks the boat real fast. This group's getting very big, very powerful, all over the world. And I want you to become very rich, because that's how we take our world back. Because right now, the concentration of wealth is right up there in not the 1%, the 0.0001%. I want you to get up to the top 1% altogether, and we're going to rule this world because we will control the money. I'm not joking. If you agree with that, say I'm in. If you understand what I'm saying, just type it, say it out loud, say I am in. And we're going to do things slowly and methodically. You're going to build your wealth, and then wealth comes on slowly, slowly, and slowly, and then all at once. And I am living proof of that. Watching my XRP go up, watching the XCN go up, watching gold and silver, they have not hit their peak yet. That peak is going to come after crypto peaks in this cycle. And so this is very important. And then we're going to take that and we're going to push it into real estate when real estate's depressed. Okay? And that's what is going to get really exciting. Wealth creation is actually very boring until all of a sudden it's not. I hope you got something out of this. The Economic Ninja is out. Oh, last thing, real quick. That's the nugget. If you want that sale link to the Bitcoin Accelerator XRP 101 course, I promise it's the best 99 bucks you've ever spent. And if you don't like it and you've watched less than 50% of the videos within 14 days, email Dylan. He'll give you a refund because I just want you to succeed. All right. So that's my promise to you guys. Hope you have a great day. Ninja is out.